Okay, you guys, we are back with another video, honey. Mr. West. We're gonna talk about Mr. West because we know that whatever he does, it's gonna go viral. Everyone, they're gonna talk about it. They'll say they don't like Kanye, they don't love Kanye, but they love to talk about Kanye, honey. And they love to make money off the easy done. No, a lot of these discussions that are coming out, absolutely no surprise. And Kanye West also needs to be careful. Kanye needs to start discarding some people in his life. I've seen some of you guys in the comment section saying the same thing. And I love how we are aligning on that one. No, I must say that I like the fact that Milo brought the nitrous oxide dentist to our attention. He protected Kanye in this moment, but I think that Kanye needs to close that chapter with Milo, Yiannopoulos, and Nick Fuentes. I agree with you guys. He needs to close that chapter. He needs to close that chapter with the game and a few other people. I can say it seems as though Ty Dolla Sign is a good friend. Playboy Cardi, and I'm not so sure, because if you know that your friend is unwell and your friend says something that pisses you off, you're gonna pull up on your friend with a pew pew. You know, that is very much questionable. We haven't heard of Jay-Z pulling up on Kanye with a pew pew. Maybe he's doing something else behind the scene. But if anyone should have pulled up on Kanye with a gun, it should have been Jay-Z, you know, based on what he said about Jay-Z's kids. So as such, I think that Kanye needs to be extremely careful in this time, because, and in case you guys have missed it, Kanye West had issued a formal apology to the Jewish community and the Black community. And since it was a paid spot through the Wall Street Journal, he paid for that spot through the Wall Street Journal. Since then, you know, Kanye West, he said a lot of stuff, and naturally, you know that there are members of the Jewish community who do not believe in apology nor forgiveness, you know, and the only community that seems to believe in apology and forgiveness when it comes to majority of the people, that's the Black community. Majority of the Black community, they're gonna be like, whatever. Some people are gonna say, you know what? He says he's sorry. Let's see if he actually means it. But for the Jewish community, they are the ones coming out against him strong, which is expected. So as such, I think that Kanye needs to be really tactful in this time, because they're going to do things to trigger him. They're going to trigger him. They're going to do things. They're going to say things to trigger him. And he needs to stand rooted and grounded now more than ever. And this is why some people never say sorry, because they'll tell you that the moment they apologize, that's when they see attacks starts coming against them. For me, I've always said that I don't believe that Kanye West should apologize. I believe that he should show his apology in his actions. I did say as well that I believe that he should donate to a few worthy cause to show his apology. But to see someone coming out saying that he should donate all of his royalties to the Black community and the Jewish community, that is like being equally as abrasive as he was. Kanye doesn't need to give all his royalties to show that he is sorry, because Kanye needs his royalties. His royalties is what's going to remind him of who he truly is. And he needs to be reminded that the version of himself that did and said those horrible things, that's not the true version of him. And as such, I don't think it is anyone's duty, right, or responsibility to say he needs to give up his royalty to satisfy the things that he has done. Absolutely not. I do, however, would think it would be great for him to, when the time is right, for him to go back on, you know, Kanye has done a lot of work in the Black community and other communities. He has donated, he has helped a lot of people. And I think once the time is right, he can go back to giving, a little something that he can afford to give without leaving himself hungry or poor, while taking care of his kids and taking care of his wife, because his kids and his wife, they deserve to get a portion of that royalty too, because we were on the outside looking in. While what he said was displeasing and unpleasant to a lot of us, who has to live with those things that he said and did for the rest of their lives? His wives and the kids. I said wives, I should say wife, which includes, the reason why I said wives, I'm talking about Kim and Bianca. Kim still has to live with it right through, no matter what, even though they're divorced. If Bianca should divorce Kanye tomorrow, she's gonna still have to live with his actions. And his kids, they're gonna have to grow up with his actions. So as such, if we're gonna talk about everyone who has been affected getting royalties, let's remember to include Kim, Bianca, and the kids. It's only fair. It is only fair. But what I'll say is that I definitely understand a lot of people's point of view. It's natural that a lot of people are going to say, to hell with Kanye's apology. We don't want to hear it. That is completely natural. But allow Kanye to heal. I would say allow Kanye to heal. And I would say him having a mental health issue does not give anyone the excuse to go on a spree just promoting unpleasantries against others. And you guys know that I've always said that, when he said that he's an artist and what he says is art because it's subjective. I'm like, no. That's how serial killer works, honey. You can't say that. They do those things and they say it's art just the same. So for Kanye West, I'm happy that there seems to be a new day has dawned. And I am of the opinion that there is sincerity in Kanye's apologies. And as he said, when he was asked in an interview, he was asked based on the internet feedback. They were saying to him, like, the internet is saying that you're not sorry. You're only pretending to be sorry because you have a new album coming out and because you have the concert in New Mexico. He said that literally doesn't make any sense because he's still trending on Billboard before his apology. When he released his album did really well, and that's true. Remember that Vultures won a Grammy. Carnival, they won a Grammy. Vultures won a Grammy, and they got nominated again last year, but they didn't win the Grammy last year. But in 2024, they won a Grammy. So what he's saying about the apology, it makes a lot of sense. He's not apologizing so that he can make money and this and that. As he said, he's on medication. He's doing dieting and exercise, and he's out of the manic episode. And because he's out of it, he has realized that, everything that he had done during that time, it was wrong, and he's taking accountability for it. So going forward, we will see if he's genuine in his intention and where he goes from here. But I'm of the opinion that there's definitely sincerity in his apology. But I'd say to Kanye West, be very careful. They're going to try to trigger you, and they're going to send their people after you with harsh words, harsh judgment and criticism to trigger you. Do not fall for the trap. Do not bite the bait. They're coming because this is what they're good at, and they're going to tell lies on you. Do not fall for it. Anyone who wants to know the truth exists for everyone to know the truth. And that's all I have to share in this video with you guys. Leave your comments below. While you're at it, do all you need to on this video. Peace.